Hey guys, this is Zach the Movie Fan here. Yeah, you'll notice that the location is different. To make a long story short, I'm house sitting and pet sitting for some relatives. So for the next videos I'm going to be putting out, I will be shooting them like this. I hope y'all understand. And keep in mind too, I am also pet sitting, so any weird noises you hear in the back, that's why. Um, this is a video. This is a video that I wasn't planning on. Well, not making, but not posting. Um, I was planning on doing a video on this film, and I did, but I never posted it, and I deleted it. And I will explain why. But first, let's just get into what I'm talking about. Even though I don't want to jump into this can of worms, let's talk about the 13 Oscar, I think 13? 13 Oscar nominated film, Emilia Perez. Or Emilia Perez, however you pronounce it. Emilia Perez came out sometime in November of last year, if my recollection is correct. I never even heard of this thing. I don't even remember seeing ads for it, but suddenly, right the fuck out of nowhere, I'm seeing like all these videos talking about this movie and how the internet is losing its shit over it. Everybody's like, how did this piece of shit get 13 Oscar nominations? Has the Oscars lost their minds? And that old bullshit. Normally I don't care honestly. I could give two shits about the Oscars, but 13 nominations and everyone online is calling this movie hot garbage. It's like, what the hell is going on here? So I decided to do some digging. Emilia Perez was done by a French filmmaker, and it's apparently, according to Google anyway, an action thriller or a crime thriller musical. I repeat, a crime thriller musical. One of these things is not like the other. Okay, I joke, but okay, I joke and that's a nitpick, but still, I mean, that's weird, right? These two don't sound like things that should go well together. Is it just me? Whatever. Anyway, so I watched the movie myself, and I did film a video, and I was going to put it out, but because this movie had a lot of controversy behind it, and I tend to stay away from that shit, I decided to just delete the video. But it's been a while. A lot of the controversy behind the film has died down, and you know what, I feel like I could just talk about this movie, just like put something out there. Because to be fair, this is a very interesting film. But yeah, so there's a lot to go into here, so let's just start by talking about the plot. Emilia Perez tells the story of a lawyer in, I believe, New Mexico. This lawyer is played by Zoe Saldana, who you may remember for playing Gamora in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And she actually won an Academy Award for this film. No offense to Zoe, but I have no idea how, but we'll get into that. Anyway, so Zoe Saldana's character gets kidnapped by a crime boss who wants to chain transition into a woman, and also hide his identity. He basically wants to leave. He basically wants to leave the crime boss life behind. And he needs Zoe's help in order to find a doctor that will do it. Zoe does. The crime boss gets what he or she wants. Please don't attack me, okay? And on top of that, Zoe Saldana got shitloads of money. Fast forward a couple years later, and the crime boss, now a woman, finds her again, and now is calling herself Emilia Perez. And she's currently working on setting up a fundraiser of sorts to help residents, or help relatives find their missing dead relatives that he killed. But that's not all. Emilia Perez, she also had a wife and kids, and she misses them, so she wants Zoe Saldana to find them, and move into her home, convincing them that she's a lost relative, and none of them know that Emilia is their father/husband. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, this movie's plot is interesting. This is what sparked a lot of the controversy to begin with. This movie in particular really pissed off the transgender crowd, as well as I'm pretty sure the whole country of Mexico. And a lot of people have already spoken about it online. A lot of people have gone into the politics of it, blah, blah, blah. And I just want to get this out of the way right now. I'm not going to focus on that. I am not at all qualified to discuss these subjects, okay? I'm not going to get into any politics or anything like that. I just want to judge this as its own movie. Even if the politics are garbage, and are seen as garbage by a majority of people, what is the actual film like? Well, it's just as bad. This is not a very good film. Is it the worst movie ever made? No. Is it the worst movie of last year? Oh God, no. Oh God, no. Did you guys see Madam Web in the Borderlands movie? Hell no. Say whatever you want about this film, but it at least tries to do something different and takes risks. That's more than I can say for Madam Web in the Borderlands movie. But it still is not a very good film. But I'm a fair person, so let me get into the very few positives I have for this movie. A lot of the acting in this film is not very good, but with the exception of the actress who plays Emilia Perez herself, Sofia Carla Gascon. Now, let me say this right now. I do not condone her as a human being. Apparently, she said some very racist shit years ago, and it's actually what got the Academy Award into removing a lot of the nominations that the film had, or at least making sure that it would not get as much as they thought. So I just want to say that right now, I don't condone the actress herself as a real person. As a real life person, she's not a good person. I'm just judging her as an actress. And as an actress, she's fine, at least compared to everyone else. She doesn't try to be really goofy and over the top like the other actors in the film. She does try to play it straight. And I think she does a decent job considering the material she was given. But yeah. Sometimes there's a cool shot here or there. And I know I'm gonna, like, probably face some hell for this, but there is an idea behind this premise. Like, if they just made this movie a story about a crime boss that regrets their actions and wants to change their identity, start their life anew as a different person, that's not an awful setup. And you can do something with that. Yes, it doesn't change the fact that the main character. That doesn't change the fact that Emilia Perez was an awful person, when they was an awful person at one point, but you still could make an interesting character study here. Kind of ask the question: does the worst do the worst kinds of people deserve redemption? Do the worst kinds of people deserve to realize what they did was awful and start their life anew? That is a concept that can work, and I know it can work because one of my favorite movies of all time did that. Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange. Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange, while having a very different premise compared to Emilia Perez, as well as a different style, it does follow the same concept of an awful human being realizing that not realizing, but an awful human being trying to return to society reformed. But when Alex tries to return to society, society rejects him and he gets treated like shit. And it begs the question, does Alex DeLarge deserve all this punishment? Because he's not really, like, actually hurting anybody when he returns to society. Does he deserve the torment he's getting, or is it just cruel? Like, that's the thing that makes A Clockwork Orange such a legendary film, despite its controversy. I mean, it's at least some... what I'm saying is, this concept can be done right, and has been. So, like, there is an idea here. But that's really all the positives I can give. Everything else in Emilia Perez is just a mess. The acting in this film is awful. I'm going to be straight up. Everyone in this film, with the exception of Sofia Carla Gascon, gives a terrible performance. I've heard everyone say that Zoe Saldana gives a decent performance in this film. I have no fucking idea what they're talking about. I like Zoe Saldana. I think she's a great I think she's a good actress with a fair amount of talent, but her acting in this film is really weird. Sometimes she plays it seriously, and then other times she gives these overdramatic reactions like it's a goddamn soap opera, or she'll just have her camera like this with her eyes open like this and smiling, and it's like, what the fuck? It's so bad. I cannot believe that Zoe Saldana got an Oscar for this film. Like, I do not get it at all. I mean, props to Zoe. I mean, winning an Oscar is a really high honor, but I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't know how she won. But whatever. Selena Gomez plays Emilia Perez's ex-wife, and her acting isn't that much better. And surprisingly, even her singing actually really isn't that great. I mean, I'm not gonna act like Selena Gomez has like one of the best voices ever, but she's not. But her voice isn't on par with someone like Justin Bieber or anything. Like, she does have a decent enough voice, so you think she would do fine in a movie musical. But I don't know if it's the direction or whatever. But her acting is pretty fucking bad. Then, I don't know. I don't know what the director was going for here. Maybe he was trying to be like goofy and over the top, but like that's like in like the musical sequences. Only the musical numbers are like this goofy, whereas like whenever they're not doing a musical number, it's like a drama. So these two styles of acting just don't go well together. And please don't tell me, how can they put on a serious performance when doing musical numbers? You can do that. Tim Burton's adaptation of Sweeney Todd proves that can work. Sweeney Todd has musical sequences, but the big difference is that even when main characters are singing, the acting range still stays the same. Johnny Depp's performance as Sweeney Todd comes through both when he's just acting normally and when he's singing. Like when Johnny Depp is singing in that film, when Sweeney Todd sings in that film, you still see Sweeney Todd. Whereas whenever people start singing in this film, it's like we entered a completely different movie. It's just so bizarre and just does not mesh well. Even the musical numbers are surprisingly awful. I've seen bad musical numbers and dance choreography in films before, like some of the live action Disney remakes. But good God, this might be on a new level. It's actually kind of impressive how bad some of these musical numbers are shot. Most of the time you can't even really see. Most of the time, in a lot of the musical numbers, it's just like close up and not really showing a lot of the visual spectacle. Okay, well they do, but not very long. There's not really like any good dance choreography either. So when they do like these dance numbers with high energy, it just doesn't really work. I mean, like, the best way I can explain it is, compare this movie to The Greatest Showman. Now The Greatest Showman has a lot of problems, at least when it comes to its story and characters. But the one thing that saves The Greatest Showman, in my opinion, is its musical numbers. Because the musical numbers in that film are phenomenal. For starters, every actor in that film can sing really well. Not the same thing here in Emilia Perez. But more importantly, all the musical numbers in The Greatest Showman are shot like a Broadway show, focusing on nice visuals, big sets, and really good dance choreography, along with beautiful singing. That's what really saves The Greatest Showman, in my opinion. Like, the musical numbers in that film are so well done that you almost completely ignore a lot of the other problems that film has. I remember watching The Greatest Showman for the first time and was wondering, Jesus, imagine if some of the live-action Disney remakes were shot and done like this for their musical numbers. Jeez, I mean, that would look fucking awesome. Like, you compare the musical numbers in The Greatest Showman to Emilia Perez, it's not even a contest. Also, all the songs in the movie suck as well. They're not sung very well for the most part, and the lyrics are just terrible. I mean, you probably already know that right off the bat. I mean, there's this one lyric from one of the songs that has been memed all over the internet. I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm pretty sure if you just look up Emilia Perez and memes or something like that, you'll probably find the clip I'm talking about. But yeah, what annoys me even more is that most of the songs don't even really further the plot. At least in a way that um at least it doesn't feel like that. Some of the maybe it's because the musical numbers are just so poorly done, but every time a musical number happens, I just feel like the movie was wasting my goddamn time. Yeah. The most infamous the most infamous song in the entire film, I believe, is called Vagina Plastic. I probably butchered that, I apologize. Um, it's become the most well-known song in the film, and not for good reasons. It is awful. Um, for start, um, for starters, where to begin? Okay. For starters, the visuals in this song are creepy. The setup for the song is basically Zoe Saldana is going to a doctor about sex change operations. And basically, the doctor's going through all of them, and in the background, we see, I guess, a bunch of other patients who are going for the same procedure, just like listing the other operations as well and all that. By the way, this is already a weird idea for a song. Can I just say that right now? It's already a bizarre idea. But more importantly, this song is creepy. And I think a lot of it is because of the visuals. You have like a bunch of these people in the back giving these creepy ass smiles while there's no color in the room at all. It's like all white. I know it's a hospital, but like for a musical, color is kind of important. Unless it's like a dark song. If it's a dark song, then the visuals should look kind of depressing, but in a song that's supposed to sound happy and lighthearted, you probably should go for a little bit more vibrant color. Like, the song is just damn creepy because of how it's shot and everything. I swear to God, when when that scene showed up, I was like, I'm sorry, did I put on Jacob's Ladder the musical? What the fuck is this? But what makes it so weirder is that there are some times when the songs are about to get a little bit better because cause as the song progresses, but only for the song to just abruptly stop. And I don't mean like the song closes out or anything, like randomly, the song will just stop for no reason. It sounds like it's gonna get better, and then boom, next scene. It's like, what? It is very clear that the dude who directed this film had no idea how to shoot a musical at all. And don't get me wrong, there are some cases of some directors who don't know how to shoot movie musicals but making it work. Like I said, Tim Burton's Sweeney Todd is a good example. Tim Burton does not really like stage musicals. So it's why when he shoots the musical numbers in that film, it's not like it's kind of like close up and not showing a lot of the area. Thankfully though, because the songs in the film are so good and because they're so well written, and because of Depp's performance along with the other actors, it balances out. Emilia Perez doesn't have any of that, so yeah. I heard a lot. But yeah. Overall, I don't even know what the fuck this was, to be honest. It was just weird. It feels like one of those weird experimented independent films that just really doesn't work. Like, I don't know, something a film group in college might work on, but on a higher budget. I don't know. This was just such a very bizarre idea for a movie, to be honest. So like the very like the moment you like say it's a crime thriller musical, that should already raise some red flags that I don't think this is gonna work. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not gonna act like I know a lot of stage shows or anything like that. The stage shows that I do know, or Broadway shows, are Cats, Wicked, Phantom of the Opera, Heathers the Musical, and that's the ones I can think of off the top of my head right now. As well as Sweeney Todd. But I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert. So maybe there is a Broadway or stage show that's a crime thriller and a musical, out there, and it works, but this didn't. The acting is not very good. The characters aren't very likable. And the musical numbers suck. Is it like the worst movie ever? No, at least I don't think so. I mean, I didn't hate the movie or anything. I just found it boring and weird. And not a fun kind of weird. Like some of Tim Burton's best works, like just it was just weird. I don't know what the fuck this movie was, but it was not good. I'm going to give Emilia Perez a D minus, and the only reason why it gets a D minus is because I don't hate the damn thing, and sometimes there's some cool shots, but that's really about it. Honestly, Honestly, I think the biggest reason why this movie caused such an outrage was just due to a lot of the controversy behind it. It really isn't worth your time. Don't bother with this one. If you want to watch a movie musical, there are so many better options. Go watch Sweeney Todd. Go watch Repo the Genetic Opera. Go watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show or any number of the Disney musicals. Don't bother with this. But anyway, with that being said, what did you guys think? Did you like Emilia Perez? Did you hate it? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you like what you see here, like, comment, and subscribe. That's all I got for today. See ya.